welcome to SW News. Let us have a quick look at the headlines today. Do you violate traffic rules frequently? You might reconsider that from today onwards. From 1 September, that is from today onwards, new Motor Vehicle Act 2019 has come into force. With this, traffic violations will now cost you more. The amount charged for the fines has seen a sharp increase with this new act. According to the new rule, if the driver is minor, a fine of Rs 25,000 will be imposed and the driving registration of the minor will be cancelled. If you are driving a two-wheeler without a helmet, you will have to pay a fine between Rs 500 to 1,500. Earlier, it was between Rs 100 to 300. The penalty for triple seat drive on two-wheeler has also increased. Earlier, you would have to pay Rs 100. Under this new act, you will now have to pay Rs 500 if you are caught riding a triple seat. If you do not have a pollution certificate, that is a PUC, you will have to pay a fine of Rs 500. In case of driving without a driving license, you will have to pay 10 times the fine you paid earlier, that is Rs 5,000. Earlier, the fine was only 500 rupees, but now it is 5,000 rupees. For reckless driving, now you have to pay Rs 5,000 fine instead of Rs 1,000. The amount of fine for talking over the phone while driving is also the same. For driving in the wrong direction, now you have to pay Rs 5,000 instead of Rs 1,100 earlier. The penalty, which was earlier only Rs 100 for jumping the red light, now it has become 10,000 rupees, a sharp 100 times increase in the fine. A fine of Rs 1,000 will now have to be paid for driving without a seat belt. For drunk driving cases, fine of Rs 10,000 has to be paid. Not making way for emergency vehicles such as ambulance and fire brigade vehicles will now cost you Rs 10,000 as well. Now, apart from this, some other changes are also being implemented from today. Let us move on to the next news. A list of new governors of the 5 states is out today. President Ramnath Kovind announced these appointments. There was a lot of curiosity around who the government will pick as governors for the 5 states of Kerala, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Himachal Pradesh. Now, out of these 5 states, 3 are not ruled by the BJP. The chief of BJP's Tamil Nadu unit, Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, has been made the governor of Telangana, while former Union Minister Bandaru Dattatreya has been put in charge of Himachal Pradesh, who replaced Kalraj Mishra. Former Union Minister Arif Mohammad Khan has been appointed as the governor of Kerala. He had defended Modi government over Triple Talaq bill. Bhagat Singh Koshyari has been made the governor of Maharashtra, whereas Kalraj Mishra, who was the governor of Himachal Pradesh, has now been asked to take charge of Rajasthan, a state currently ruled by Congress, who replaced Kalyan Singh. Let us move on to the next news. Controversy and Congress leader Digvijay Singh always walk hand in hand. In the recent statement, which has kicked a fresh controversy, Digvijay Singh claimed that the Saffron Party and some Hindu outfits are taking money from Pakistan's ISI. He said that Bajrang Dal, Bharatiya Janata Party are taking money from ISI and attention should be paid to this. Not only that, he also said that non-Muslims are spying for Pakistan's premier intelligence agency more than the Muslims. He further alleged that the members of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, that is the RSS, and Bajrang Dal do business in the name of cow protection. Let us watch what he said.
बजरंग दल, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ISI से पैसा ले रहे हैं, इस पर थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिए। सर, आपने और एक बात और बताऊं, पाकिस्तान से ISI के लिए जासूसी मुसलमान कम कर रहे हैं, गैर मुसलमान ज्यादा कर रहे हैं, इस बात को भी समझ लीजिए।
Let us move on to the next news. The slumping economy is a result of mismanagement by the Modi government. That's what former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh said. In a scathing remark over the continuous fall in the GDP figures, he said that it is a sign of deep recession. He said that India has the possibility of rapid growth, but due to the mismanagement of Modi government, there has been a continuous slowdown. He said that it is disturbing that the growth rate in the manufacturing sector is staggering at 0.6%. He said this clearly shows that our economy has not yet recovered from the demonetization and hastily implemented GST. Well, Singh also advised the Modi government to put aside the political revenge agenda and talk to the sensible people to show a new path to our economy, which is trapped in this crisis. Let us watch what the Rajya Sabha member said.
The state of the economy today is deeply worrying. The last quarter's GDP growth rate of 5% signals that we are in the midst of a prolonged slowdown. India has the potential to grow at a much faster rate, but all-round mismanagement by the Modi government has resulted in this slowdown. It is particularly distressing that the manufacturing sector's growth is tottering at 0.6%. This makes it very clear that our economy has not yet recovered from the man-made blunders of demonetization and a hastily implemented GST. Domestic demand is depressed and consumption growth is at an 18-month low. Nominal GDP growth is at 15-year low. There is a gaping hole in tax revenues. Tax buoyancy remains elusive as businessmen, small and big, are hounded and tax terrorism continues unabated. Investor sentiment are in doldrum. These are not the foundations for economic recovery. The Modi government's policies are resulted in massive jobless growth. More than 3.5 lakh jobs have been lost in the automobile sector alone. There will similarly be large-scale job losses in the informal sector, hurting our most vulnerable workers. Rural India is in terrible shape. Our farmers are not receiving adequate prices and rural incomes have declined. The low inflation rate that the Modi government likes to showcase comes at the cost of our farmers and their income by inflicting misery on over 50% of India's population. Institutions are under attack and their autonomy is being eroded. The resilience of the Reserve Bank will be tested after its record transfer of rupees 1.76 lakh crore to the government, which claims that it does not have a plan on what it will do with this windfall. In addition, the credibility of India's data has come under question under this government. Budget announcements and rollbacks have shaken the confidence of international investors. India has not been able to increase the exports to take advantage of opportunities that have arisen in global trade due to geopolitical realignment. Such is the state of economic management under the Modi government. Our youth, our farmers and our farm workers, entrepreneurs and the marginalized sections deserve better. India cannot afford to continue down this path. Therefore, I urge the government to put aside vendetta politics and reach out to all sane voices and thinking mind to steer our economy out of this man-made crisis.
Let us move on to the next news. US President Donald Trump's opponent Bernie Sanders has expressed concern over lockdown in Kashmir since the abrogation of Article 370. On Sunday, he issued a statement saying United States must support UN-backed peaceful resolution in Kashmir. He also added that he was deeply concerned about the situation in Kashmir. The Democrat senator also said that the communication blockade must be lifted immediately and the US government must speak out boldly in support of the international humanitarian law and in support of the UN-backed peaceful resolution that supports the will of Kashmiri people. His statement comes days after Donald Trump and PM Modi on the sidelines of the G7 summit clarified that Kashmir is a bilateral issue and no third country should be involved in it. Let us see what Bernie Sanders said.
I am also deeply concerned about the situation in Kashmir, where the Indian government has revoked Kashmiri autonomy, cracked down on dissent, and instituted a communications blackout. The crackdown in the name of security is also denying the Kashmiri people access to medical care. Even many respected doctors in India have acknowledged that the Indian government imposed restrictions on travel are threatening the life-saving care that patients need. India's action is unacceptable. The communications blockade must be lifted immediately, and the United States government must speak out boldly in support of international humanitarian law and in support of a UN-backed peaceful resolution that respects the will of the Kashmiri people.
Well, that's all for the headlines today. Stay tuned to HW News for more updates and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter.